Hello everyone, and welcome back after 48 days to Star Trek Agir, Season 2, Episode 6, a Star Trek Adventures actual play using the rules by Modifius Entertainment. My name is Elites the Game Master, and I am just praying that tech behaves tonight, or at least allows us to get through half a session before it explodes. That's all I want, just half a session, then you can explode. That's all I want. Really though, and this has been 48 days since we gamed last. I think Baja's been running again. Aristotle just started yesterday. So if you haven't already caught those VODs, I do recommend checking them out on YouTube. But for now, let's just do introductions and get back into play. So, Nem, what you got going on?
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Nemesis, known as Randy. I will be playing your Talaxian captain tonight, Axelin.
All right, Peter.
Hey everybody, I'm Peter, or Petrus Aquinas, and I am playing the Pragmatic Chief Engineer, the Vulcan, Vectan.
When didn't you know it? Yeah, somebody pointed out in the overlay I had two of you switched already. Yes.
Oh no.
Nice. That's why we skipped Jeremy. So Jeremy, you're up next.
All right, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing our ship's educated first officer, Commander Dugens.
Very nice. And last but not least, Sunbay.
Well, I'm Sunbay, also known as Jeff. I play the lovable, somewhat in trouble sometimes, your Boolean helmsman, Lieutenant J.G. Rankin Esrel. And I haven't really been doing a whole lot lately, but we've had this long break, and we've had a lot of things going on in the real world. So I had time to come up with something to bring it all together.
I'm terrified. Let's run that intro video. And welcome back. So something I like doing for all my Star Trek Adventures games is have the players doing an opening log, and Esrol has it tonight, which, like I said, I'm terrified. So please, Esrol, take it away.
Personal log, Lieutenant J.G. Rankin Esrel, stardate 90252.4. Negotiations with the Zava and the grandfather have not gone well. So far, the Zava seem more interested in gaining new technology they can use to expand their empire than they are generally interested in saving their distant cousins. The only good news is that no conflict has broken out on board Agir during these talks. Personal note, my sleep patterns have been unsettling of late. I seem to be having strange dreams, nightmares, visions that I've been having since we first met the Zava. Nothing in particular, just strange shapes, lights, patterns, and a strong feeling of unease. I should probably see Master Chief Hylam, but I know the first thing she'll say is sniffing the spores again. But I'm sure this feeling will stop in time on its own. Probably. End log. Personal, been working on a little something, and it goes like this. I'm an Agir spore in the mycelial network. We can't get busy with Astra watching. Come on, let's do sporogenesis. We'll
take
run that by Astra.
10 threat for that psychic damage.
It would have been better like 3 weeks ago.
I still give you props for at least doing it all the same. Well, then you can have a momentum, even though I took psychic damage. All right, well, where we begin is actually going to be in sickbay. And currently, Vectan, you are being treated for a plasma burn for reasons you can clarify. But Hailong is just kind of running the dermal regenerator over your hand and go, so this is going to sound really weird, Vectan, but have you been sleeping all right?
I believe I have been sleeping on average the same as normal.
No strange nightmares, no feeling of unease, nothing really out there?
There have been a few mornings where I have awoken feeling unsettled, but I simply stocked it up to the fact that there are multiple semi-hostile aliens on board.
And she kind of taps at her pad. Well, what I can tell you is that I'm not seeing any signs of degradation in your neural pathways, which is a good sign. But tell you what, the next time you see the captain, and right as she says that, the captain and Roos walk in. Roos, you are supporting the captain. Captain, you can define what your injury is, but you are being more or less carried into sickbay at the moment. You're also muted, as is tradition.
Oh, it's my turn to be muted. I'm going to say Axelin has very obviously has a spork sticking out of his kneecap. Oh, ow, ow. Very tender, very tender. Oh, I think it's in the bone.
Is that a spork?
It is a spork. I'm glad you recognize it. It's an obscure earth utensil I've been
That
testing out in
requires
the...
a great amount of force to be embedded into a kneecap, Captain.
Yes, it did. A great deal of force. It's really in there. Really in there.
The captain wished me to give him an improvised weapon demonstration.
So you stabbed him in the knee?
I think maybe that's partly my responsibility. I sort of tried to do this somersaulty, flippy thing, and I think I brought my knee sort of into the path of the spork, moving towards the spork with a great deal of momentum.
To be fair, had I waited a moment sooner, the spork would have been lodged somewhere else. This is preferable.
It's not great. It's not great. Can help, please?
Yeah, get him on Biobed 3 over here. In fact, I'm not even angry. I'm not even going to put this in a log of attacking a superior officer. I find this funny.
So do I.
Will it go in your log of interesting ailments?
Well, that depends. And she looks very seriously at the captain and at Roos. Have either of you had strange dreams lately?
Have we had strange dreams lately?
Your call.
I'm going to say no in my case.
My dreams are always disordered.
I don't find that
My mind is
surprising at
still
all.
trying to put things together.
I see. So you haven't noticed an uptick in nightmares or feelings of unease or anything like that?
Are you trying to suggest that my spork injury had pre-existing causes?
Well, sir, I was going to tell you this when I saw you next, so might as well do it now. And she puts a hand around where the spork is, and then she firmly grips the spork, and right as she starts talking to distract you, she just yanks that thing.
Yeah, Roos was waiting for this, so he immobilizes the leg.
And
yeah, excellent, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But then you start feeling a little bit better. Just a little bit.
We're saying?
Well, I've been getting a lot of reports, and she kind of casually tosses the spork over her shoulder. I've been getting a lot of reports that apparently most of the crew has started to experience these strange dreams. Nightmares, visions of other places and times. First I wrote it off as nerves, but I don't know, it just seems to be infiltrating throughout the ship ever since the Zava came on board.
Any idea what the cause might be?
No, that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out at the moment, because there's no signs of neural degradation. The neural pathways are all good. I'm pretty much in the dark here, unfortunately.
Anybody been eating, like, local food, maybe?
Oh, you know what? I should probably give you a hypo spray for the pain. Here you go.
That would be great. Oh. Okay, yeah.
As you were
any-
saying, Captain.
Yeah, has anybody been eating like Zavan food or something? Did we
No,
pump air in from their meteor or from their asteroid, maybe?
no. The good news is that they were able to subsist within our standard Class M environment, but I haven't entirely ruled out that they might be putting off some effect of their own. Problem is I can't really get into the meeting room to run scans on them since, only people allowed in the meeting room are you all and security, so...
Would it be helpful if I took a medical tricorder into the next meeting?
That would help tremendously, yes.
I take a medical tricorder off of the tray.
What are you even in here for? Your uniform's kind of singed.
I was crawling through Jeffrey's tube on deck 24, and one of the plasma conduits had an overload.
Oh, are you okay?
I am fine, Captain.
Were we expecting this? Do we know the root cause?
It seems to be a ODN failure nearby that caused a slight overload in the containment matrix.
Yeah, it was a failure in the whatever that was, yeah. Well, that's good. I'm just debating internally whether or not bringing a medical tricorder in to surreptitiously take scans of these people. I mean, we're not really trying to learn anything secret about them. We just want to make sure they're not having an effect on our crew. That seems pretty kosher. What do you think, number one?
It shouldn't be a problem. It's completely passive.
Okie dokie. I mean, they haven't said our culture really hates tricorders or anything. No, it should be fine.
If you would rather I not carry the device into the room, I could simply use internal sensors.
No. I think you're on the right track there. I just want to make sure we weren't, kicking at a hornet's nest. They're all very pent up in these talks. I think everybody's really looking for just an excuse to kind of let off some steam, and I don't want it being let at us.
Would that
Honestly,
not make the temperature rise in the meeting room?
Metaphorical steam. Metaphors really don't obey
De-stress.
the laws of thermodynamics. Yeah, you let off some steam, there's just less heat in the system. I know it doesn't totally follow. Now that I think about it, yeah. I think that's
You
saying
let off
probably
some steam.
3 days.
There's also less pressure in the system.
Yeah, that.
Ah, an interesting metaphor.
I guess. I'm going to have to look that up. What was I talking about?
Well,
Oh.
something about getting scans of the Zava, but looks like we got another introductory lesson to something here in the medical bay. And this is where Esral, you come in, being supported by Astra's hologram. I'm going to let you define what your injury is.
I look him up and down, scanning for any sporks.
No,
You did.
there are no sporks. It's comes in holding his head and just kind of shaking. I said, I should have come in here earlier. I should have talked to Highline earlier, even if she was going to say something. I should have done it. Should have done it.
Rooms.
Well, I'm here now. What's up?
Thank you, Astra.
Of course.
Would you call that a collapse?
I would call it a fainting fit, yes.
Well, if you think you don't have a fit,
A
But-
fainting spell, maybe?
maybe. I collapsed, fainted.
Were you
Gravity took
operating any
effect.
parts of the ship at the time?
I was in the shroom lab. But we were doing a count, making sure everything was growing, was moving along as it should. Matter of fact, I have an idea I need to run by you when you
I
get a
believe you
chance.
should complete your report to the doctor first.
I'm sorry, sir. And had a really bad headache, and then I passed out.
Hylon
It was
grabs
like
her
vision-
own medical tricorder, starts scanning.
It was like visions of pink before I passed out, and then I went down.
Pink, you say. My understanding of Bolian culture is that pink is the sign of the devil.
That's
know-
what.
Now, normally, Lieutenant Junior Grade Esrol, I would tell you that you need to get more sleep and less time with the spores, but here, why don't we all take a look at Lieutenant Esrol's neural readings here. She puts it up on the biobed monitor, and Esrol, yeah, there is anybody even with basic medical knowledge would see that, yeah, Esrol's not only experiencing a migraine, but also would be suffering the effects of insomnia.
So not getting enough sleep, like some of the other crew.
Exactly,
Huh.
which...
I'm sorry, I'm having so much trouble getting over this pink thing. So your people think pink is the sign of the devil. What happened when you made first contact with humans? They're very pink.
No, they're more of a peach color.
So they were devil adjacent looking, or
No. This is pink.
okay?
We're
They
talking
look pretty pink to me.
I think I call something up on a pad and I pull up hot coral Barbie pink. That's
Pantone
the color of the devil. Tie back to the...
Okay. Astro, you didn't see anything pink.
not that my sensors detected, no.
Okay.
I take out my pad and check, quietly check the readiness status of departments around the ship. How many of our personnel are affected, and is this going to affect our ability to, do work as it
Yeah.
Or, and not explode.
Why don't you give me an Insight Command difficulty of 0 on this one?
Can I assist?
If you tell me how.
As, I will, since I'm close to Roos, I will observe that that's what he's doing, and I will, since I have a tricord, I will reroute it to do some checks in the engineering department.
All right, you can do an Insight Engineering assist for your part. Remember, it's 1 die for the assist. All right, Vectan with an assist. Well done. All right, total of 3 successes, bringing you up to momentum 5. Well done.
Yay.
So I have... No, I don't have any good news. Readiness is down across the ship. In fact, if you were to go into a combat situation or red alert, you would maybe be at about 65% capability right now. It's that bad. The main culprit that you're seeing on the duty reports anyway is that people are sleeping in, they're not reporting on time, they're falling asleep during their shifts, and until you checked at this very moment, most of the quote-unquote heavy workers were picking up the slack but then burning out quicker because they were doing more. You see where this is going.
Yep, that's why I checked.
How bad is it, numero uno?
We're making do, sir, but our effectiveness is reduced. We've got to do something. We're burning the crew that are functional at both ends.
All right. Well,
How long has this been going on?
Highline looks at her notes. According to my notes here, the first time I had somebody come in to report for insomnia was actually about the same time the Zava came aboard. It's starting to look more and more like the Zava are responsible for this, sir.
well, let's see. Perhaps we could ask the delegations if we could meet at a neutral location other than the Agir, maybe outside Zava space, at least farther from this part of their territory. Well, I hate to do that because they're probably going to insist on meeting in that space station, and I don't want them to know where it is unless they change their stripes, as it were. Doctor, do you think there's any chance that we could achieve some benefit just by taking the ship out of Zava space?
That's the thing, is that I've already used the ship sensors to detect anything from interferon radiation to gamma radiation, and nothing. No unusual radiation, no psychic emanations, no random subspace manifolds. Everything's normal outside the ship.
Huh. So it's the Zava themselves being around, maybe.
That or that they have very unfortunate timing, yes.
All right. Well, yes, Shrooms, what's up?
You're muted, as is tradition.
Due to your head injury, we can't seem to hear what you're saying.
Does it work now?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
That's odd. I forgot the name of the plant people.
The Z?
The Z.
Oh, the plant people. Yeah.
When their delegation was attacked, do we know if they experienced anything similar?
I don't even know if they sleep.
Couldn't you call and ask?
We do have the spore phone, as you call it.
That was one of the things I wanted to talk to Commander Beckton about, but we haven't tried. We just waiting for them to try to contact us.
And they stopped?
We haven't. The phone's been quiet. I think we did try to reach out one time to the ambassador before we met with the grandfather, but nothing.
Well, you know what?
It's been a while.
I'm going to actually spend 2 threat here to say that whenever you go to check on the status of the spore phone, you see that it's actually been disconnected. It's not that the spores aren't wanting to connect, it's that quite literally the technology has failed. The original prototype has broken. So it's possible that they've tried to call, but your phone was just broken.
That could also be a reason for my headache. I've been trying too hard.
Did we forget to pay the bill?
Possibly.
I'm just kidding, Shrooms. I don't think we have.
We'll have to. Commander Beckton, I think if I could assist you or you assist me, we could try to get the phone back up.
That sounds like a great idea. And while you're doing that, I think the doctor and the commander and myself need to figure out a way to keep the ship from falling completely apart. What if we were to temporarily mandate shorter duties and
For duty ships?
relaxation time in the holodeck or something, soothing ocean waves, nice rainstorm, holding baby pandas, that sort of thing?
That was one
Yes,
of
rooms.
minus the pandas. Lieutenant.
I could swear I've been sleeping, but is it a full sleep? I know humans enter REM. Booleans have something similar, but are we entering the full level of sleep we need?
How long checks our tricorder? Well, there's one way I can check that. Do you consent to me knocking you out?
After I get the phone back up, maybe.
Well, my concern is that if we don't figure out the cause of this now, you might be compromised, and so will the phone.
Yeah, let's put the phone on pause for now. I'm sure that Vectan over here can at least get it started without you.
With your permission, Doctor.
Oh, you wish to knock him out?
Nerve pinch.
Lieutenant, I'm pretty sure we have hypo sprays for that.
Well, Esral, you go down to the nerve pinch. Luckily, you're already on a biobed, so you don't go far. Go ahead and roll me a fitness and a medicine difficulty of 3 here. And if you have anything related to constitution, anything related to lucid dreaming, anything like that would apply as a focus.
Never in my many years of role-playing games have I had to roll to sleep. This is pretty awesome.
And my medicine is only a 1 right now since I'm not dealing with shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have anything along that line in focuses.
But you have 5 momentum.
That's
We believe in you.
and this is a difficulty 2? 3?
Difficulty of 3.
I will use 2 dice.
Okay. So,
Can Vectan assist him since Vectan knocked him out?
nope, this is purely an Esral roll, unfortunately.
Unless I was mind melded with him, which I'm not.
Okay,
Ooh.
4 successes, which means you come back up to 3 momentum by my count. So Esral, you are asleep, and Hailong actually looks at her tricorder and looks at the biobed readout and goes, all right, well, I can confirm he's in the Boolean equivalent of REM sleep, and I'm already seeing that we'll say refuse within his neural pathways is being cleaned up. That is the benefit of REM sleep. In fact, when he comes out of it in about the next 2 or 3 minutes, he should be right as rain.
Should
And she looks very critically at Vectan. You You didn't do anything special with that nerve pinch, right? You just standard,
It was a standard nerve pinch, Doctor. Unless my abilities are also impaired.
runs a scan on you. Huh. We're gonna need a control group. She looks at Axelin and Roos. Which one of you wants to be the control group?
Nope. 1, 2, 3, not it. Couldn't we just grab a random crew member? I kind of need my second in command.
Well, I think he's muted for one. Everybody's muted tonight.
Yes. I was silently muted, though. I may or may not be the best candidate, but I will happily join.
All right. Well, get on the bio bed here, Commander Roos and Vectan, if you do the honors.
Pinch.
All right, Roos, I now need you to give me your own fitness medicine, difficulty of 2.
I actually think that I actually think that this is going to fail.
Okay.
Just going to say it's going to fail because I have a cardiopulmonary strengthener and Borg implants.
Fair enough.
So I would probably, since these increase my endurance, my body would resist it whether I wanted to or not.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose to fail on that basis.
Right. So I think what's going to happen is you do go unconscious somewhat. You're like in a fugue state. Like you're halfway there, halfway not. But as everybody looks at the bio readout, Hailong says, all right, see there. Whatever is going on is reflected in Roos's readings. You see there? You see how his neuropeptide count is up? What that means is that he's supposed to be in the Borg drone equivalent of a dream state. I think they used to call it Unimatrix something. But
downloading updates.
I wouldn't go that far. But even though he's disconnected more or less, he's not reaching the equivalent of sleep. So something's going on here. It's not that Vectan has special nerve pinch powers. This is affecting everybody, and we just got lucky with Esral. Esral, you're waking up at the moment, and you feel amazing.
Wow.
That's weird, though, because Esral, you were having the sleep troubles, and Commander Roos wasn't.
I have been having nightmares and just very disturbing images while I've been sleeping.
Have either of them been near the Zava recently?
I'm certain I've been in with the negotiations.
I have been in and out as well.
Well,
Not constant.
Interesting. All right. Let's do what we can to help the crew relax. Anything we can think of. Shorter duty rotations, mandatory relaxation time, R&R type stuff. For now. And let's put a pin in it till we get those readings back from our next session with the delegates. Because that's probably going to be an eye-opener. What do you think?
Good a plan as any.
Captain, may I make a suggestion?
Of course.
Is it possible for Astra to assist the crew in running certain systems?
Astra?
I already am operating at as much efficiency as I can. I could take over further parts of the computer core to gain more efficiency if you so wished.
How much untaken over core potential is available to you?
Looks to be about 30%.
Well, let's push half of that and hope that it doesn't get worse. Try to prioritize taking over repetitive and dull tasks. Those are going to be the ones that people on sleep deprivation are going to be worst at. Oh, and tasks that might explode if they're done poorly.
Well, that's like everything on the ship, sir.
No, not everything.
Most of engineering.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good point.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that even improperly requested a replicator could create a phaser that could then explode.
We should definitely not test that theory.
I'm just busting your chops, sir. I will get on it.
I'm 99% sure that happened in a DS9 book, but not in the Prime timeline. Okay. So we need to, how long before the meeting with the Zava, the next one that's scheduled? We need to get this done super fast.
5 minutes.
Oh, great. Perfect. Get that tricorder ready.
You wish me to
Shrooms.
assist Lieutenant Esrel with the spore
Yeah.
phone, or would you prefer me to?
Commander, why don't you take the medical tricorder into the meeting with me and you two get right on that spore phone, okay?
Of course, Captain.
And Doc, we'll send you results as soon as we can.
Oh, I'm giving neural monitors on all of you. And she slaps on your forehead neural monitors.
Do we have ones that look less stupid?
Nope.
Okay, trying to make a good impression with the Zava, but at this point, I don't think they think much of us anyway.
Well, you don't even know their standards of beauty.
It kind of itches.
I
Is
mean,
that normal?
I could give you the helmet. Do you want the helmet?
No. I just got my hair fixed. No, is it supposed to? It itches though. Is that normal?
Runs a scan. I am seeing that your skin is irritated, but that will go away very quickly.
Oh, it's like okay, fine. I might be allergic to that thing. Okay, yeah. We're gonna go to
flick the back of your ear, Captain, and then you would focus on something else.
That is surprisingly effective.
Go for it.
And I flick the back of his ear. Fairly hard.
It does. I guess, yeah, it sort of works. All right, let's go get interstellar peace. Come on.
See you there. I will see you there, Captain.
I wander itchily towards the meeting room.
I go and pick up the spork and give it to Hailong and say one word: Shadowbox.
Do you want me to make it a grand shadow box or
whatever seems appropriate?
I mean, I could give you a full mantelpiece if you wanted one.
Ruse has wanted to stab the captain for so long. He just needs to get a souvenir.
No, it's a gift for the captain. Also, I want to see if there's a trend. Would you mind if I sent Malden down here?
Sure, go ahead.
I'd like for you to work with him to see if certain personnel are more affected than others, and see if we can correlate. See if we can find any correlations.
Yeah, well, I'll cross-reference with him because I'll take all the help I can get down here. Really.
He's not incompetent, and my other choice was Joy.
Yeah, I'll take not Joy.
Also, yes, that'll work. Thanks. Here I go.
All right, so let's deal with Estrel and Vectan first, and then we'll jump to Axelin and Roos dealing with the Zava negotiations. So Estrel and Vectan. We sort of enter into the spore chamber and you go over to the phone. And yeah, sure enough, now that you know what to look for, no roll required, it's basically that the receiver has burnt out. That too much information or too much energy passed to the receiving end, and it just burnt out completely.
Oh, no idea when that could have happened. Too, is there something we can do to maybe fixing it? I think could be easy, but making it stronger.
There is potentially a way to reinforce the coupler between the receiver and the output array.
Well, at least we know it's a failure mode, so
we're gonna have to remember our technobabble macro.
Yeah. First, I would like to run a scan to see if I can determine when this perhaps burned out.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an insight engineering difficulty of 2.
Can I assist?
If you tell me how.
By being awesomely spory?
No, but I appreciate the effort. Actually, I would give you a focus of quantum dynamics on this one, Vectan.
Quantum mechanics. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a beta roll,
no.
right? Yep.
And
All
we're
right.
back, everyone.
You don't want a determination that, I'm assuming.
No, let's just see what happens.
All right. So you run the tricorder over the phone, and since you didn't even get enough successes to pass, the first thing that happens is, yeah, your tricorder can't really pinpoint when the phone burned out. But the complication is going to be that you now have to roll me a fitness medicine difficulty 2 as a bout of lethargy inflicts your mind.
Don't give in to the pink.
Click, pinch yourself.
I don't think I have anything that would help me here, so
Yeah, fitness medicine
Nope.
difficulty 2. You do have 3 momentum.
I'm gonna use a momentum if that's okay. To roll 3 dice.
2 successes, that's all you need. So yeah, you experience a bout of lethargy, and then or lethargy, or however the hell you say it, and it passes. Like you shake it off, but
Yeah, but you
It's
see
kinda one of-
Vectan stagger a little bit.
it's kind of one of those sensations where I don't know if anybody else has had this, but it's like you've had a good meal for lunch, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I should take a nap, and you fight that urge to have a nap for a while. Maybe I'm just old. You know, that's what this whole stream's about. Maybe just ELH is old. But yeah, you do manage to throw off the feeling there.
I don't
Okay,
seem
sir.
to be able to determine the point of failure. Pardon me, Lieutenant.
I thought I might have to flick you on the ear for a minute.
I will alert you if necessary.
No
I
problem.
think the situation has passed.
And we still don't have. We just don't know when it
I cannot
happened.
determine when the phone failed.
So
We shall attempt to repair it either way.
because I got some catching up to do with the Z.
I would hope that they have not been attempting to communicate with us for too long.
I hope they. It's been a while.
Well, Lieutenant, with your help, let us begin.
Can do, sir.
Well, the good news is that the replacement parts are supposedly straightforward because you each passed your fitness medicine. This is going to be a control and engineering from the both of you. Difficulty of 1 overall. And spores would apply as a focus. And I would also say that quantum mechanics
Quantum
still applies
mechanics.
for Vectan.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
3 successes, meaning you get 2 momentum back for your trouble, bringing you up to 4. Yeah, you repair the spore phone, and not a moment after you put the last piece in place, it starts to ring.
Lieutenant.
Agir, Lieutenant Esrel.
Oh, thank the Lord. We've been trying to reach you for the past 16 cycles, and we were worried that something grave had happened to you. Is everything all right with you?
We're
Peter with the actual problem.
it's we can get to that. Are you all okay? I appreciate you concerning for us. We've been trying to reach out to you, but then we noticed that our phone, we have to use a device to tap into the network to communicate with you, and there was a fault that we didn't recognize until just now.
Well, that's why we called, because we have an innate connection to the spores, so when you disconnected, we feared the worst.
And we thought the same about you, because I think the last we talked, you had the delegation to the Zava, and then we were trying to contact you, and we weren't getting any answer, and we were already headed to another region in space.
Well, aside from the casualties we suffered during the meeting with the Zava, the rest of the delegation did make it back home. We've recovered, and we're debating what to do next. But is everything all right with you? I mean, like I said, we were really concerned when you disconnected.
The disconnection was, as sad as it was just a fault in a simple piece in our technology. no harm with that, but we're actually visiting the Zava now. When your delegation was here, did they suffer bouts of lethargy, any trouble with sleep or rest patterns?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
That was one thing that was lacking in our information. Do you sleep and have rest patterns?
We do. I don't know if it's the same as what yours is like, but no, as far as I'm aware, the sleep cycles of everybody in the delegation were normal.
At what point did the Zava injure the delegation?
Pretty much after we failed their trial.
Okay. And I think I look over at Commander Vectan, we passed their trial?
Yes, I believe so.
So we think we passed their trial. We're now in negotiations with them to try to see if we can keep them from being as expansionistic as they are.
Well, unfortunately, I can't tell you if it is a tactic of theirs to deprive you of sleep, but based on the injuries they inflicted on my people, it is entirely possible.
What type of injuries did they inflict?
Well, let's just say they tried to indulge in a bit of horticulture.
They dried some of us and then ground us into little powders.
Oh. But how many members of the delegation did you lose?
5 in all.
Whew.
Which is a shame, because unfortunately those were the 5 bravest Z that would come with me. It's pretty much just me now again.
I'm deeply sorry for your losses, but I'll make sure we get the news to the captain. He's going to be thrilled we have the phone back up and are able to communicate. Now we know what to look for. If that part burns out again, we can add it to our maintenance. We know what to look for.
Very good. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I'm just glad that we were able to get back in touch, and we will keep in touch and make sure we let you know what goes on out here.
All right, very good. And it's good to hear from you again.
You too. Thank you for calling back.
Yeah. The call ends.
Astra,
Astra appears, yes.
would you please set a monitor for the spore phone for this particular component?
Done.
Thank you.
And I would say that you did notice that lag time. It was only a few seconds, but there was that lag time in character.
Astra,
Yes.
how are your processing cycles running?
Well, like I said, I've taken over a lot of the computer core resources just to cover everyone's shifts and duties and all that. It's a little weird flying myself.
I can mildly imagine. When it's convenient, Astra, when you have some processing power, please run self-diagnostic.
I'm assuming you want a level 5?
That would be ideal.
I'll add it to the queue.
I could potentially run it myself, but that may interrupt your systems. So
I appreciate you
not.
asking. All right. And with that, as we pan away from Estral and Vectan, we go to Axelin and Roos. You are on deck 2, where the diplomatic suites and the diplomatic conference room is located. Stationed outside in the hallway are several pairs of guards. All of them have Type 3 phaser rifles on hand. Not like at the ready, but they do have them readily accessible, I think is what I'm trying to get at here. They do kind of stiffen up as they see you all approaching. Not that they were slacking. And the one at the door kind of looks to you, Captain, and says, Sir, don't think it's a good time for you to go in there.
All I'm saying, Ruse, is even though a spork isn't technically a deadly weapon, I feel like if you breaks the skin and penetrates a bone, that's basically assaulting an officer with a deadly weapon.
Is that really where we want to go with this, sir?
No, I'm just
Right
saying,
now?
like, no. I'm thinking of it more hypothetically, like, whether or not that constitutes a food fight or attempted manslaughter. You know what I mean?
It would be very difficult for me to kill you by stabbing you in the knee, sir.
Well, I said attempted.
Sir, if I attempted to kill you,
It would
I
be
would
with
succeed.
The security officers look at each other like, what do we do with this information?
everything with you is just so bleak.
He takes out a pad and brings up the cameras in the various in the negotiation room.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it bad for us to go in there now?
Well,
Poison
as
gas?
Roos is going to see on his pad, you see that the orb that represents the grandfather is pulsating with light very rapidly. And the Zava, for again their part, the Zava being kind of like lobster centaur kind of aliens with Cthulian heads, they are in a very interesting shouting match. And the Universal Translator is doing its best to keep up, but you only get these snippets here and there. And what you hear on the Universal Translator is not good. The Zava are threatening the grandfather's delegation. The grandfather is threatening to wipe the Zava off the map. It is just a shit show all around.
I wonder if anesthetizine works.
Not on the orb. It's kind of funny with the flashing
if one
lights.
side of the party is down.
Good point. It'd be hard for them to argue if half the argument was unconscious.
It'd at least be quiet.
With the really flashy or the flashing orb lights, it almost looks like a dance party. It's just everybody's really angry.
I've been to some dance parties like that in my youth.
Well, I imagined it wasn't on the Borg cube. Yeah. Do we go in there and defuse it, or do we wait for them to kind of tucker themselves out? We need
A chair is
biometric
thrown.
readings.
Not at the orb, but a chair is thrown.
We better get in there. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I take I take the tricorder, put it on the floor, and contact the transporter room with what's his face in there.
Okay.
It's been a minute since we talked about him.
Oh, Prek, yeah. Okay. I forget who played Prek. Somebody played Prek.
I did. He was a bastard.
Carry on.
So, but he didn't even have to talk. I'm going to ask him. I mean, the room is seriously disordered. So I'm going to ask him to beam the medical tricorder into into the corner.
Okay.
Like they're all super distracted.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna throw it at each other.
Well, it's only going to be there for like 10 seconds, and I'm going to have him beam it back.
I'll go in there and create a distraction, and by create a distraction, I mean try some diplomacy.
I reach into my pocket and pull out a spork and hand it to you. Godspeed, sir.
Thank you. I hand the spork to one of the security officers without giving him any specific instructions on what it is or what to do with it, and I walk into the big fight.
They look at the spork.
I watch on the pad.
Yeah. They look at the spork. They look at the tricorder beaming away. They look at Roos, and they just go, I'm glad that every day on the Agir is exciting, because I have some serious questions sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's real fun being in the need to know group.
Yeah.
I smile enigmatically and take the spork back.
No, what we need to do one day is just do a Lower Decks one-shot where you all play something in the Lower Decks as the higher-ranking versions of yourself run around. Maybe we'll do that in the future.
Why would they even let a Talaxian command a ship? That's insane.
There you go. Already getting into character. All right, but we're going to handle this in two parts. So, Axelin, you go in. Chairs, furniture, ornaments, words, light, all of it's being thrown around. How would you like to calm things down before I give a disadvantage or advantage to Rus beaming in that tricorder?
I stiffen my legs and say, computer, please double the gravity in the conference room.
Okay. I'm trying to think if this should be a roll. No, I think this is just the computer doing... Oh, but Astra's under load. Give me a presence command difficulty of 1.
Oh, I would love to. Presence and command difficulty 1. Would negotiation apply? Or
Ironically,
or
yes.
With the computer?
Because you're facilitating negotiation.
Who taught
Okay.
him how to negotiate? Well, that's the worst roll of my career.
Yeah,
Okay.
0 successes. So
Just-
Astra
wow.
doesn't even beep like that confirmation beep that your command was received. You don't even get that.
Oh,
And that's when, since you're a new target, I'm going to roll a chair attack against you. And you know
Darn
what? I'll
chair.
give myself an extra die with threat because it's funny. All right, let's expand that 32 out. I see a 12, a 17, and a 3. That 3 is a crit. So, Captain Axelin, you are going to suffer a grand total of 1 stress as a chair hits you midships.
I have 2 stress on my sheet from last game, but I think that's healed since then. Probably.
Yeah, you should be back
Yeah.
at full stress.
I switch myself to 1 stress down, and I catch the chair and slam it on the ground, and then sit in it while shouting, "Gentlemen!"
All right. Well, Roos, if you want to roll for the transport officer or yourself, your call. This will be a daring engineering assisted by the ship's probably sensors engineering. Total difficulty of 3 on this before the captain's thing. Since the captain didn't succeed, I bump it up to a difficulty of 4.
Hmm.
Might
Lot of
wanna
momentum
use
there.
Breck.
I believe in Prek. He's got a
No,
pad.
at this point, they just threw a chair at the captain. Screw it. I'm going to pick up the tricorder, put it on my belt, and walk in the room
That also
There
is
you go.
valid. All right.
with a phaser rifle.
Also valid.
with a
All
spork
right.
taped on it like a bayonet.
How many
There you go.
sporks does he have on him?
All the sporks.
Not enough. The
Enough.
answer is never enough.
A bag
So
of
what do you
holding
do with
just
the
for
phaser
sporks.
rifle once you get inside is the question. Do you literally shoot the ceiling in typical cowboy diplomacy fashion, or...
No, I just walk in and look menacing. I would like to make a. I'm going to eye them, like a career Starfleet tactical officer, and I'd like to
As-
roll presence
With
and
extensive
security.
facial scarring.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
present security, I agree. Yeah, let's make that a difficulty of 4 still.
Okay. And ironically, I have diplomacy.
I'd give it to you. I
Lot of
also give you
momentum.
individual combat here.
Yeah, I
ironically
was.
enough.
That was going to be my next. Actually, yeah, I'll use individual combat, but that was going to be my next gambit. I will give you a threat and spend 2 momentum.
Okay. Interesting.
Nice. Using a focus.
You got this, Commander. Scare him straight.
Ian before 2 complications.
No.
Only 2
And-
successes, unfortunately.
I have cautious security.
Okay, so you can re-roll one of those die and hope for a crit.
Reroll the 9.
Survey says maybe. All right, so 3 successes, which means I could offer you a success with a complication, technically.
Yeah, throw a chair at me, guys. Let's see how that
Good.
goes.
Catch the chair in his teeth.
All right, well, you asked for it. Here comes chair. I'm not even going to look. I know that's enough. You take 2
Woo!
damage as the chair hits you, but you're bored
take
with resistance.
0
You take
damage.
nothing. It just bounces off of you.
Dunk.
I would like to shoot the chair.
Do you want to shoot it as it's hitting you? Or...
As it's bouncing off your head.
Oh
and
no,
falling to the
no!
ground.
Has it been the same person throwing the chair every time?
No, different one.
I'm going to set the phaser on wide dispersal and shoot every chair in the room.
All right, no roll required because this is hilarious to me. You wide beam phaser all of the chairs. The chairs are inanimate and are therefore stunned.
Oh no, I was trying to crank it up.
Oh,
You hit
are
the inanimate
vaporizing
objects.
the
They
chair?
all catch on fire and then are consistently snuffed out by the fire suppression system.
Yeah, fire suppression system. I could do it just as easily to you. Sit the hell down and start talking.
Thank you, Commander Ruse.
The orb does stop pulsating as fast, but then it remarks, how are they supposed to sit down? You vaporized all the chairs.
Nope, they just caught fire. They're a little singed. They'll get a little ash on themselves. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
And I think
be sure to provide replacement chairs soon.
I think the Zava at least are a little mollified. I think mollified is the right word. They do reluctantly sit in their now ashen chairs. And silence does fall across the table as nobody's really sure where to go from here.
Okay, so what started that nonsense? I'm using nonsense as a nice word because I'm a diplomat.
So again, there's that period of silence where they kind of are looking at each other like who wants to tattle first. And then the grandfather orb replies, they wish to have a full readout of all the technologies that would be available from the grandfather.
Okay, describe what you mean by a full readout, because that, to me, that just sounds like you want a list with no technical details.
Well, we need the technical details because how else are we going to know what great weapons and what great power we will have to safeguard?
Uh-huh.
I guess you'll just have to wait to figure it the hell out when you get there. Or not. If the fact that you're so concerned about the weapons and all of that, this is not going.
Would you relay a message on behalf of Starfleet to the grandfather, please?
Go ahead.
We have just successfully resumed communication with the Zava and would be willing to enable you to have... Or the Z. We would be willing to enable you to have diplomatic relations with them to determine whether or not they would make a more suitable candidate for your safeguarding needs.
So the Zava, when you say that you're in contact with the Z, they do stiffen up a little bit. And they go, you are in contact with those pathetic plants? Why would you waste your time?
We found them very friendly.
Exactly, it's offensive.
It's a quality Starfleet values.
So it would seem.
We're eagerly await the response of the grandfather. I understand if it takes a little bit of time. So, in the meantime, could I ask a question that's off the subject? Perhaps we could all have a moment to think about something different and recharge our batteries.
And I think the grandfather orb stops the silence, goes, go ahead, I guess.
Can any members of the Zava delegation surmise or even guess at any reason that members of my crew would be having trouble sleeping since we've entered Zava space? Are there any perhaps physical anomalies in this portion of the star system that we should know about?
We are not aware of any anomaly of this nature. Perhaps your
I'm
people
trying
are weak.
to poker read them to see if they're hiding something from me, because I feel like there's a very good chance they are.
Yeah, why don't you roll me a insight and con here? I could also maybe do insight command. Difficulty of 3.
You know, being so very widely traveled, I actually played in a poker tournament among a bunch of various races, and I've learned how to tell tells from people's faces as to whether or not they're bluffing.
Okay.
Would that be an appropriate focus for this situation?
I'll give it to you.
Yay! I'm
And
going to call that what?
negotiation.
Poker.
Yeah, and don't forget you also have the Talaxian thing where you've got multiple focuses.
Yep. That is my being of many talents.
Mhm.
Okay,
Your
so
MO.
what's the pool for the roll again, please?
It is a insight and con here.
Oof, 2 of my best stats. I don't mean it all because it's not true. I expend 1 momentum.
There you go. 3
3
successes on the dot. Well done. The Zava are hard to read because they kind of have mind flayer faces, so you can't really read a mind flayer face because they don't have the words or they don't have the mouth. But as far as you're able to tell from the body language, you do understand they're still heated from the fight. They're still not happy with the circumstances, but they are telling the truth and that they have no idea what's going on with the whole sleepy thing.
Oh,
Yeah, what's
I
up,
was really
Bruce?
hoping that they were going to be hiding something from me.
Yeah. The minute he says they're weak, Roos makes like he's going to brandish the phaser rifle and instead stomps out of the storms out of the room.
Okay.
Then very calmly in the hallway takes the medical tricorder out and starts walking to sickbay.
Okay.
I could say that just in the meantime, Axelin just basically kind of restarts this well-trod conversation, trying to explain to the Zava why it would be good for the universe if they would stop blasting people and taking their space, and that the station would be a really good reward for changing their ways, while implying that we're going to give the station to the Zava or to the Z if they fail to, pony up.
All right. Well, we'll just sort of skip ahead a little bit to Roos. You deliver the tricorder to Hylong. Hylong looks it over and goes, all right, well, good news or bad news?
It's all the same. Spell it.
So, bad news. I can't say that the Zava are the ones causing this whole dream condition, but based on the shouting I heard through the deck plates, I can surmise that the Zava's aggression might be because they are experiencing a bout of insomnia themselves.
Didn't I would like to see if my long career, particularly at the time when this theoretically would have been going on.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, no, I wouldn't. I'm trying to remember if I would remember an incident report about something similar happening.
Your call. I know that it's a TNG episode. I forget the name of it, but
I would not
Schisms,
because
it's one of my favorite ones. Schisms.
That's later.
That's later. Yeah, I would not because it happened after Wolf 359.
mm-hmm. Well,
Good.
I think. I'm trying to remember.
You
How
could
would
still
you like
just
to
do a
do
search
this?
on anything Enterprise. Because anything weird's going to happen to them.
right.
Nope, I totally would not know. It happened. It happened after Wolf 359. So darn. However, has Malden managed to report?
Yeah, he's in the corner
Yeah.
running some tasks for Hylong.
Shall we see how he does?
Yeah, let's check in with him. And Hylong walks over and taps on his shoulder, and he crumples on the spot, dead asleep.
Oh, you've learned a nerve pinch.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news, Commander Roos.
It's accelerating,
Yes, and at an alarming rate.
and there's no good news.
No, the good news is that I might be having a good way to wake him up.
I her sword in the corner, and then okay,
She reaches down,
gonna have-
flicks him in the
you gonna-
ear. He wakes up, startled.
it's the anti-plexing.
The what now?
It's the opposite of plexing.
Okay.
Making a stupid joke.
Oh, I know, but Hylong in character's like, okay.
Never mind. It was a long one.
I see. And she takes out a tricorder, runs a scan of the officer, runs a scan of Roos, runs a scan of herself, and goes, well, I actually do have good news. This doesn't appear to be affecting my biology at all. I'm not showing any of the neural degradation that I'm seeing in everybody else. So I guess the good news is if you all go out, I'll still be here. But I don't know how to fly a ship, sir. I also don't really know how to do anything but medical stuff and aggressive negotiations with that sword on the wall.
Okay, I need you to see if any of the remaining implants in my head can fix this for me.
Let me check. Well, you do have a cardiopulmonary strengthener. That should be why you are semi-resistant to the effects, but it's also kind of a double-edged sword. It's keeping the worst of it away, but it's also accelerating the condition.
It's a unique situation. You can't take command.
I mean, I technically could. It would just be weird because of the whole Master Chief thing.
Yeah, you're not a commissioned officer.
But
You
I also
can't
am
hold
CMO.
command. That is
CMO
true.
does have ability to take over the ship, even if they're Master Chief.
And we are far away from everyone who would care. There's that. Astra.
There's a pause, maybe about 5-10 seconds. Astra appears and goes, yes, sir, I'm kind of busy right now, no offense.
Not a problem. Would you recognize Hai Long as the senior officer aboard in the event that the rest of the crew is incapacitated?
She is CMO. She does have that ability.
Had to make sure. Thank you.
All right.
And there's no pharmacological solution for this.
Not that I'm able to tell, sir, but... And as she finishes her words, or tries to finish them, I'm going to spend all of my threat, because I've learned the beauty of reversal, and I love reversal as a mechanic, as all of you, Esral, Vectan, Roos, Axelin, all of you instantly fall asleep. The next thing you know, when you wake up, you're in the same white void as the other four, or other three, and you see these kind of swirls of red energy. And they kind of look like nebulas mixed with kind of a particle fountain. So there's just these swirls of red energy that are throughout this white void. And as you all are looking around, trying to figure out where the hell you are, what the hell is going on, you all hear this kind of primal, not a roar, but a primal challenge, as if from a great beast. And you feel, even though there's not really ground beneath you, you feel something very heavy coming towards you very fast. And that's where we're going to take our 5 to 10 minute break. We'll be back shortly, everybody. Stick around. And welcome back to part 2 of season 2, episode 6 of Star Trek Agir, where apparently there's something going on in the Dreamverse. Maybe there's a little bit of Inception going on. All we know is that the 4 individuals before you are within a white void with red swirling energies, and the sound and feeling of something very large and very heavy and very mad coming in your direction. How would you all like to proceed?
How big are those red energies? Do they look like the size of like cities, or like little orbs, or?
It would be the equivalent of if you were to go out into like the middle of the Sahara Desert or somewhere where there's no light pollution, you would see the stars, kind of a thing. And that's kind of the level of scale that these red swirling energies are going with currently.
They're kind of pervasive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do we have on us?
Whatever you were carrying when you were asleep or when you fell
So
asleep.
we're like in our when we fell asleep. So we're in our uniforms and stuff. Nobody was like in their pajamas.
Correct. So Axelin, you brought the chair with you. Roos, I'm going to let you say you have the Type 3 with you. Esral, you have half of the Spore phone with you. And Vectan, I don't know, what do you want to bring with you?
The other half of the Spore phone.
Sure, why not?
All right.
So you guys have a Spore phone and a laser rifle, and I have a chair. I'm glad I contributed. So we see each other.
Yeah, you all see each other. You are within touching distance of each other.
Ruse, at the ready. I think something's coming. Something scary.
I feel it.
Where are we, by the way? Are you real? Am I hallucinating?
We appear to be real. I am going to choose to try and scatter so that we're not all together. I'm going to take off in one direction, perpendicular to the bad thing that's coming.
Okay. Well, the bad thing, it sounds omnipresent. That's the problem.
Where are you going?
I'm not standing so that we can all get hit at the same time by something very large.
That seems like a prudent course of action, Commander.
Yeah, split up, everybody, but stay within earshot. I pick a direction and go in it. It's not the same direction as Ruse.
You spread out, and
go
ahead.
Before I do, I toss a knife, seemingly from nowhere, to the captain.
Again?
To you this time, sir.
Why are you?
This is a Starfleet combat knife.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you always have a knife? All right, thank you. I get into a combat posture, hoping to not get stepped on by a Godzilla.
Well, it's funny you say Godzilla, because after you all fan out and you look around and the thing gets louder and louder and louder until you swear you're going to look up and see the giant foot of some megalodon, this little, like, owlbear / mind flayer / centaur / scorpion thing. It's a very odd amalgamation of creatures. But this very odd looking thing, maybe about the size of a cocker spaniel, comes running up out of the void and enters into the space between all four of you, so right in the middle. And it just kind of looks around with its many, many eyes. It has about 6 eyes. And it's making like cute little growling noises, like, like a cute growl. And that's what you see before you.
So it looks mind flayery, scorpion-y / owlberry, and it's the size of a cocker spaniel.
Yes.
Aww. Hey, little guy, girl, or other. I extend my hand cautiously towards its face.
Well, that's a roll.
Towards its beak and or mandibles. What sort of roll would that be?
I need you to do me a daring and a security, and I would tell you need at least 2 successes here to not get nommed.
Would Makbara keep me from not getting nommed?
I would give it to you. Why not?
What about street smarts?
Street smarts would have said not to reach out.
That's kind of what I mean. Is like, do my street smarts kick in at the last minute and tell me, wait, this is stupid?
You have chosen poorly.
I spend 1 momentum, please, for an extra die.
All right, and I'm going to take threat. I'm going to take 2 threat, or Chad. I'm going to take 2 threat for your complication. Thank you. All right, well, with 3 successes, you actually get 2 momentum back. So, yeah, you go in to pet this thing, and you realize, at the last moment, this is a terrible idea. And you quickly pull back your hand as it snaps down with its beak.
Ugh. Okay, not nice, boy. And or girl, and or other. We come in peace?
I can't remember. There was a size difference during the genetic experiments. Did the size go from big to small or small to large?
I thought it went from big to small.
I thought big to small.
The Zava used to be basically the size they are now.
Yeah.
And their distant descendants are this kind of size-ish. But they don't look anything like this thing. Yeah, they don't look anything like this creature. I mean, remind me, they don't look anything like I saw them.
No, they are completely different.
Yeah.
As someone put in chat, this looks like someone took the monster manual and combined a bunch of things. The Zava are distinctly different, as are the grandfather's flock. They are definitely different.
The dreaded Griff Chimera Core, yeah.
Griff Chimera Core. I'm going to have to remember
that one. Okay. Having heard the big rumbling sound, I'm still looking around expecting its mom to show up or something. But I assume the rumbling stopped when it arrived?
Yep.
Can we help you? I say. Does anybody's tricorder do like animal translations?
I don't have the tricorder. I gave it to Han.
Well, you two have some sort of gizmo, whatever that is you're carrying. He says,
I wonder
looking at Shrooms and Vectan. Because, I haven't even seen the upgraded Spore phone yet.
In 1 and 2 pieces.
Yeah, what is that y'all have there, by the way? Please tell me it's not a weird device that accidentally transmits the bridge crew into limbo.
If it did, that was not the intention. It is the upgraded Spore phone, Captain.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah. By the way, because this is Star Trek, I'm going to tap my comm badge and see if I can reach the ship.
Nothing happens. I mean, you still get
Okay.
the beep, but nothing happens.
Had to try.
Do you get any signal on it? Can you talk to anybody?
No
I'm saying
one is
all this while
responding.
looking right at the little monster because I want to see what it's kind of doing. Is it just kind of like looking at us?
Yeah, it's
No one
kind
is
of
responding.
it's doing that dog thing where if you ever corner a dog, where it's kind of like growling and it's like not sure where to back up. But Esral, you have the sender. Vectan, you have the receiver.
I'll go into the sending part. Hello?
And you hear something along the lines of "Bark, bark. This is my domain. Bark, bark, bark. You shouldn't be here. Bark, 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 bark."
Oh,
Well, it seems
so
that
cute.
the Spore phone is acting as a universal translator, Captain.
okay. Well, let's get everybody together so we can all hear it.
Can you make it interface with our communicators?
Hang on. I tap my communicator twice and hold the hold
I
the
mean,
Spore
that
Airing.
works. Yeah, that works.
Local area conference call.
Why are you
Where
here?
is here?
Bark, bark.
And I hand it over to
We-
the captain.
We don't know how we got here. Does it seem to respond like it understands me?
Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark.
I back away from it slowly just to make sure I'm not like creeping it out or making it think we're a threat while I try to think of something to do.
It does
We
relax
want-
a little bit.
We want to leave. Where is the way to leave?
You came here. I don't know how you got here. I don't know how to send you back. Bark, bark, bark.
We don't know how we got here either. Did anybody else come before us?
Lots of you have come here recently. I have tried to send you back, but you kept coming. Bark, bark, bark.
Oh. Our bad. We didn't mean to do that. I find myself incapable of negotiating with this creature. It's both adorable and alien.
You're muted, Sunbay.
No, I was whispering. For effect. Ask it where here is, sir.
Where are we?
This is my realm. This is where people come when they are asleep.
Oh. Do the people who usually come here when they're asleep look like? Could you project an image of the Zava, somebody? Oh, none of us have a tricorder, do we?
Since
I have
we
a
are
pad.
image-
I have a pad. I've used it twice.
Oh.
I've used it
Yeah.
twice this episode.
Hmm?
Like that? I point at the pad.
They are also new. You and that one are new. Bark, bark.
It's this region. It's this small region of space.
Does this thing look at all like the big creature that we landed a shuttle on?
Nope.
Okay.
That was a giant pistol shrimp.
Good point. It was a crustacean. Oof, I am super lost here. Are you alone here?
This is my realm. I run it. Bark, bark, bark.
How big is
Right.
your realm?
It takes one of its wings and just vaguely motions at the void.
Has anyone ever been able to leave by choice?
When I consume their dreams, yes. That's how I've sent you all back, as I consume your dreams. I could try that now if you'd like. Bark, bark, bark.
Try it on one of us. Try it on me.
Out of
Captain,
character.
that may be
Is that your final
not
answer?
Wise.
I'm not going to volunteer another member of my crew to have their brain eaten.
I have another idea. I'm going to attempt to having lived in a Borg body for a number of years, I'm going to try and set my cardiopulmonary strengthener to wake me up.
Well, this is going to be a fitness medicine on your part, and the difficulty on this will be a 4.
I could pretty much not accomplish that, so...
well, you've got 3 momentum, you have determination.
Okay, I will spend the...
You could roll and fail and just hope you don't crit fail.
No, I'll spend the determination, and... yeah, I guess I'll spend the 3 momentum to try and wake myself up so that I can do something.
All right.
That's all I can think of to do right now.
Well, it'd only be 2 momentum for the 3rd die.
It'll be 1 momentum for the 3rd die, right? And then...
Well, no, because it's 1 momentum for the 1st die, 2 momentum for the 2nd die.
That's right. Yeah, because of the determination.
Yep.
Okay, then I'll spend the 2 momentum. So I've got 2 auto successes.
It's going to tell you to use determination /value.
Yeah, that's right.
That box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fitness and medicine. It's not the worst check.
Could be worse. You never know.
Strangely enough, I would like to indicate that using extravehicular operations here would make sense because I'm used to manipulating it for operating in space.
I'll give it to you.
With no suit.
You're not dreaming you're on board a starship.
Using determination. So the number of dice in pool should be 3, not 4, because the determination.
Okay. Yeah, it'll automatically have the determination. All right.
Ooh.
That's 3 successes.
Yeah.
You need 4. So I will offer you, unless you have a way to reroll.
Yeah. I'll take it with a complication.
Okay.
If that's what you were going to offer.
Yeah. So here's what happens. You set your pulmonary implement to get you to wake up. Axel and Vectan and Esral, Roos vanishes. Roos, you wake up in sickbay. You're on the floor. Not on a biobed, you're on the floor. Mm-hmm. And Hailong is standing over you, giving you CPR, and she's saying, "Live, damn you, live!" And she notices you're awake and goes, "Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to have to break a rib to get you to wake up." Okay, that's good. That's good.
Another
that would have been really difficult.
I know. That's why I was going to do it, because if I broke your rib, that would definitely be enough pain to wake you up.
You just want to hit me.
I mean, yeah, but, you know. Okay, so what happened? I mean, last thing I got a report that all the senior staff ended up going into some sort of a coma or comatose.
There's a dream being that eats the crew's dreams, and he comes back, and then the crew comes back. I think it's a localized phenomenon to this area. It says that both we and the Zava are new. We need to move the ship.
Hold on. I just want to make sure I understand correctly. You're saying that there's a dream eater that's eating people's dreams.
Yes.
What else would a dream eater do?
Well, you know, I just want to make sure for my record when I make this note in my log later, you know, I had to give it a name. All right, so where do we move to?
Come on, you could have called it a phantasmavore.
That would have been a better name. Yeah.
I'm playing to the just died kind of thing. So I'm not talk good. I don't know. It didn't seem to correspond to anywhere in real space. When did we start? When did this start? Exactly.
When we brought the Zava on board, the delegation of Zava back at that asteroid.
So was it actually when we brought them on board, or was it when we entered the area of the asteroid?
She pulls up the logs. Looks like about 5 hours after we picked up the delegation.
What were we doing at that point? What was
We
going on the
were
ship?
entering in orbit of a star, a large orbit. We were about the same distance out as Neptune is from Earth is, or not.
Is the star
Earth.
is the star a red star?
It is a red star, yes.
Star map.
Pulls up
If
a
it was
star
a pink
map.
star, it might be evil.
This is not pink.
He literally points at another star that is not red and says, "Go there."
Are you sure that's outside of Zava space? Wouldn't they see
There's
us
gotta
as
be
kid?
Is there another star in Zava space, or are they literally limited to this system?
No, you would have to go deeper into Zava space if you wanted to go to the next closest star, though. That's the complication, is you either go outside of Zava space with the delegation, or you go deeper into their space.
So
Both
what's
have
worse,
issues.
kidnapping or invading?
And I can't even activate the spore drive.
Nope.
Not without El Navigator.
Is there an unoccupied we don't know where their colonies are, and they're rapidly expansionist. There's probably not an unoccupied system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he gets up slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Roost Security Team Alpha. First things first.
This is Alpha. Go ahead, sir.
Enter the briefing room and retrieve the captain.
Retrieve the captain? Oh,
He's asleep.
Yeah, we've got him, sir.
Good. Thank you. Off. I'm going to stumble up to the briefing room.
Okay. I need you to make me a fitness medicine difficulty of 2. I'm sure it's fine. I know you'll pass. I believe.
Actually, since you've already called the complication on this one, I'm going to pass.
Okay. Well, okay. It's still a difficulty of 0. It's still difficulty of 0.
Yeah. Yes.
So you could get momentum here, but there you go. 2 momentum for your trouble. So again, what happened similar to Vectan earlier, you do suffer a bout of lethargy or lethargy, and you push past easily. You get to the briefing room, and you find that all of the security guards are asleep. They're with the captain outside of the room, who's also asleep. You poke your head inside. You see that the Zava are asleep. The orb is still floating, but it is no longer emitting patterns of light. And in fact, about 5 seconds... About 5 seconds after you arrive and start to wonder if this has affected the entire ship, Astra does appear and report, Commander, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just you and Hylong right now. Everybody else is in Dreamland.
Hylong, get your ass to the bridge.
On it,
It's
sir.
our 2 most hardcore crew members.
Astra,
Apparently,
reduce power mode.
If I reduce power, sir, I'm going to lose containment on a lot of things that I'm running right now. I need all that power to keep things running.
Okay, well, disable all non-essential systems.
Does that include gravity, by the way, sir?
Hey, Hylong.
I heard. I'll get my 0G boots.
Yes.
Good, because gravity is actually a large power draw on the Agir. So
Oops, there goes gravity.
Yeah, oops, there goes gravity. After a moment, though, as we're going to return to the other 3, Axelin, Esral, Vectan, as you are trying to figure out where the hell Roos went, you begin to notice that your crew is phasing into the void around you. They look to be confused, stumbling about, and the creature is agitated. It's like, no, you're not supposed to be here. Bark, 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 bark. Stop it. And starts running
Don't want to
around
approach
barking.
the creature in front of me.
It starts running around barking at random crewmen, and it's just like, you, get out. Bark, bark, bark. Your dreams taste terrible. Bark, bark, bark. She's not into you that way. Bark, 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 bark.
And Ezra will walk away and start trying to get the rest of
Everyone,
the
stay
crew.
away from the creature that's in front of me. Creature.
I got him, sir.
Did you devour the dreams of our commander? That's why he disappeared?
No, he woke up on his own. I don't know how. Bark, 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 bark.
This is going to seem really stupid, but I pinched the crap out of myself.
You pinch the
On my
crap out of
sword
yourself. Nothing happens.
Ow! Okay, that didn't work. Okay, just checking. I don't know how he did that. Some kind of weird trill psychic stuff, I'm sure. Okay, this is bad. I think that because of all of you are here, that means you're asleep on the ship. Raise your hand if you were keeping the warp core from exploding.
A few engineers raise their hand.
Slap
Captain,
each
I
other.
believe
See
it would
if you can wake
be
each other up.
advantageous if I were to attempt to regulate my mental patterns and perhaps awaken myself.
If you have any ability to do that, definitely do that. If anybody knows how to wake yourself up from a dream, from like a lucid dream, do it now. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue to negotiate with the Griff Chimera Core.
Okay.
I have passed off the receiver, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Does he do like a Vulcan meditation technique?
Yep, that's pretty much what I'm going
Sweet.
for.
All right. Vectan, roll me a fitness medicine, difficulty of 3.
3.
Do some space Shinto.
I'm going to use a momentum to get an extra die.
Okay.
And would philosophy of the mind help?
It would. Unironically enough, it would.
Okay. All right. Nope.
Well, at least it's not a complication.
But it's a
That's a rough
nothing.
roll.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, you sit down, you try to meditate, and you
bark
slowly
used too much.
open an eye and nothing.
So,
Wait.
tiny creature, we really want to get out of here and leave you alone. Is there anything you can do to help us with that?
I can eat
You
your
said that-
dreams. Bark, 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 bark.
So when you eat our dreams, we wake up, right?
Yes, but you don't remember anything of the dream.
That's okay. Right now, my focus is on getting my crew okay. Could you eat my dream?
Out of character, what is Axelin's greatest dream?
Becoming as famous as the most famous of all Talaxians, Neelix.
If you offer up that dream and realize what was just said, he will eat that dream and you will wake up, but you will have no memory of that dream.
Okay, yeah. Yes, eat my dream and let's see if it wakes me up.
All right.
Vectan, if this kills me or something, you're in command.
I believe Roos would be in command.
No,
Bruce
here.
isn't here. You're in command of the Here Way team.
Waiting.
Yes, Captain.
The away crew.
Hmm. All right.
Weird.
Well, Axelin, very much like a mind flayer would, the creature does pounce on your skull, and you feel things slip into your ears. It's a very unsettling sensation.
Oh, you could have warned me this was how you did it. Oh, I thought it would be psychic. Oh, those are my
And-
ears.
In a very gruesome display that Vectan and Esral are unfortunately party to, Axelin, you wake up in the middle of the hallway next to Roos, who is still leaving the conference room. And you see, again, everybody is asleep except for Roos at the moment.
Now, when I wake up from having my dream eaten, do I remember that I was in there talking to the creature and all that?
Yeah, you remember everything else, but your greatest dream of being like Neelix, gone. Instantly. You don't, like, you still know Neelix, you just don't have any aspirations to be like him anymore.
Practically the whole crew is asleep. Quickly! We've got to stabilize the ship and move it.
Already working on it, sir. Proxima, emergency launch.
Proxima launches.
How's that going to help?
Proxima Astra, feed Agir navigation information and navigation instructions. Astra, disable navigation systems to save power and allow you to divert your attention elsewhere.
Doctor, do you know anything
Understood,
about
but where
keeping
are
the
we
warp core from
navigating the ship
exploding?
to? In or out of Zava space?
Further into Zava space. We can't take their delegates away. We're going to see if we can skirt the edge of their space. What do we have as far as intelligence for systems that are sparsely populated?
Well, looking at the star chart, sir, it looks like we've maybe got a Class K star that has a Class Y moon, or I guess a planetoid that it has in its system. I don't think they could have claimed that.
Great, engage.
All right.
Set a course for that star system. Proxima Astra, set a course for that star system. Relay information to Agir. Engage when ready. Maximum warp.
On it.
Meanwhile, Doctor, how much do you know about keeping warp cores from exploding?
I was told to report to the bridge. Do I need to go down to the main engineering?
No,
Probably.
hopefully we've reduced Astra's workload. Sir, hopefully we've reduced Astra's workload enough that she can keep the warp core from exploding.
All right, well, then I can try to pilot the ship. I run up to the bridge.
All right. Meanwhile, back in
I pick up a
Sleepville.
phaser from somebody
Yeah, if you want a phaser, you can grab one.
and set it to its lowest possible setting and zap myself with it every once in a while so I don't fall asleep.
Well, wait a second here. If you're zapping yourself with a phaser, wouldn't stunning yourself put you to
Was
sleep?
there like a setting
There's
lower
a
than
heat
stun?
setting.
Is there like an owl setting?
An owl setting.
You know what? No, I'll pick up the spork.
Actually-
There's a security guard there.
Yeah, there is a spork.
I'll
Yeah,
stick myself in the leg with the spork every once in a while just to make sure I don't fall asleep while I'm trying to drive the ship.
I just want to be very clear that we just have experienced Chekhov's spork. I just wanted to be very clear on that.
I knew this
You're
would come in
welcome.
handy.
All right.
It's
So
Chekhov's spork, sir.
back in the Dreamville with Vectan and Esral, again, you see the captain vanish after the creature seems to consume him, but the captain does vanish. And the creature turns to each of you and goes, "All right, I sent him back. Now I got to eat the rest of you. Bark, 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 bark."
Must you?
I don't know how else to send you back. Also, you are blue. Bark, bark.
Yes.
So it's not colorblind.
And you're not pink, so I'm not worried right now.
Is your dream to become an admiral? Because I could promote you to admiral apparent.
I thought you would eat the dream,
I haven't eaten yours yet.
but if you ate it, how would I become an admiral apparent? What?
You're thinking
No,
too
here in
hard.
its realm.
Oh. No. I walk over to Commander
Okay.
Vectan and I whisper in his ear, we haven't tried one thing. It worked on the Agir.
You gonna try and nerve pinch him to wake?
No, well, there's that. The ear flick.
Fascinating. Would you like me to try it on you?
That, by all
I
means.
could also try it on another crew member over here.
I'll put myself on that line, sir.
I'm going to look next to me, and I'm just going to say it's Joy. I'm going to
Mhm.
flick her on the back of the ear.
All right. Joy, roll me a fitness medicine difficulty of 2.
She actually has a pretty good shot at this, if
Mhm.
I'm remembering correctly. Hold on,
No,
I had her up
medicine's
earlier.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, her fitness is better than average too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe. Because surely you can't roll another complication, right? Surely.
Well, that's
don't
why
talk
I'm
like
not
that.
rolling.
Now that you said it.
All right, only one success, unfortunately. So I think what happens is you flick Joy's ear, and Joy remains where she is.
I like being in the dream world. I didn't want to leave, sir.
Oh, Joy.
I didn't feel a thing, sir.
Fascinating. Didn't seem to have worked.
I didn't feel a thing.
Well,
I
I
can
didn't
think
flick your ear, Lieutenant.
I can think of other things to try.
Vectan like side eyes Joy and then just looks back at Astral. Shall I flick your ear, Lieutenant?
I thought I was waiting for it. He just starts to tense up.
All right.
I'm not sure that tensing will help.
Oh, okay.
Brace for impact.
I wait for him to get like a little bit relaxed and then just surprise.
Okay. Astral, fitness medicine, difficulty of 2.
Effect.
Also, the name of this episode is How to Get Your Players to Not Dump Stat Fitness and Medicine.
Mine is a 3.
Right. Yeah.
My fitness isn't great.
And you did just get a momentum from chat, bringing you up to 3.
Yay. So I will take 1 momentum.
All right, you actually get that momentum
wow.
back and the spare, so you're up to 4 momentum overall. Well done. Yeah, Esral, that ear flick does wake you up. You awake in the spore room. Next to you on the ground is Vectan, but you are within the spore chamber still, and red alert has been sounded.
Esral to Captain.
Excellent here.
Captain, I'm back. Commander Vectan did the Vulcan ear flick. So he flicked Joy. She didn't wake up. She flicked me. I did wake up. So he has a method of operation internally. But I don't know if we leave the area, if that will cause us to. He's going to be flicking a lot of people.
We're trying to get out of this space in the hopes that we're just near something that's causing this. So
The
hopefully
star.
it's not going to come
What
down.
would happen
red
to the people
star.
that are in the area? Would they be trapped?
It is to be presumed that they will simply wake up.
Okay, I'm going to start walking around flicking people when I see them.
So,
Start
we
getting
might-
people back.
We might better use you on the bridge, Lieutenant.
Yeah, big time.
Aye, sir.
all right.
The captain's flying the ship, and navigational systems are
Oh,
offline.
I'm running up to the bridge, sir.
I'm glad you said it because I was about to. All right. So, you all run up to the bridge. You get the Agir moving away from this red star. And as soon as you're about half a light year out on warp speed, people begin waking up around the ship. Some of them are just fine. They just sort of remember a weird dream where they thought they saw the rest of the crew in a weird creature thing. Others, unfortunately, when they wake up and Hylong checks them out, just like the captain, they seem to be missing some great drive or a great dream that they once had. But what I can tell you is that when you are far enough away from the star, everybody wakes up, including the Zava delegation. But as sort of a small cliffhanger for next week, as you are all getting ready to tell the Zava of what happened and explain, this whole Dream Eater situation, the sensors of the Agir do detect that a Zava warship is on an intercept course at high warp.
Yeah, we weren't pre-authorized to enter this far into their space. I mean, honestly, I think even Starfleet might have dispatched something, but these guys are probably going to dispatch missiles.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
where we're going to end tonight's episode because we're coming up on time, and I thought that was a perfect break point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Real
excited that we
nail-biter
finally
there.
were able to get back to it after 48 days. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, Subspace Schisms is actually one of my favorite episodes ever. So anything that even vaguely reminds me of that it's super cool. As a person who has really bad insomnia and sleepwalking and stuff, like that episode really bites.
yeah. All right, well, Twitch stick around because we're going to rate somebody, but YouTube, we'll see you later. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.